Learning objective B wants us to solve a particular formula for a specific letter. This right here, given to us, is the formula for the perimeter of this garden. P is the perimeter, and what they've done to find the perimeter is they've taken these 3 W's, which is this, this, and this, so that's the 3W, and they have 4 L's. They took this as one of the lengths, a second, there's a third, and a fourth, so that's their formula. They want us to solve this for W. Don't let it throw you off. It works just like the other learning objective. I want to isolate W, which means I have to move the 3 and the 4L. The 4L is the furthest away from the W. It's not touching it. The 3 is. The 3 is last. To move a plus 4L, I minus a 4L. Just write what you see. P minus 4L equals 3W. To get the W by itself, it has 3 being multiplied, so you divide by 3 on all the pieces. When you do that, you're going to get W equals P divided by 3 minus 4L divided by 3. Now I think it's good for us to review formulas first of all. Some very handy formulas to know for life. The distance formula is very good. If they give you something like you're going 30 miles an hour for 6 hours, how far do you go? You can plug in rate as your miles per hour, your time, and you can get an answer. Simple interest is good. Interest equals the principal amount I put in the bank times the rate times the time. Converting between Fahrenheit and Celsius is pretty popular. We report here in Fahrenheit. If someone reports the weather in Celsius, you can just put the value in here for Celsius and convert and get the Fahrenheit. Now look at this geometry shapes and see if you can figure out how they would match up. One of these right here, obviously this first shape, is a rectangle. To find the area of a rectangle is length times width. Hopefully you notice that's right here. Well, this is also the perimeter of a rectangle. It's 2 of the lengths plus 2 of the widths. So that shape is C. This shape here is a circle. The area of a circle, hopefully you recognize, is pi r squared. The circumference or the perimeter around the circle is either pi times diameter or 2 pi times r. So these two formulas go with the circle. I'm going to hop over to the triangle next. We have 2 left. Formula for area of a triangle, hopefully you recognize, is 1/2 base times height. The perimeter of a triangle just says add up all 3 sides. So this is our triangle. Last but not least, this formula right here is the area for what we call a trapezoid. You might be asked to solve for the diameter if you were given the circumference of a circle. Here's a circumference of a circle. If they want to solve for diameter and get d by itself, don't overcomplicate it. It looks a little foreign, but all they want you to do is isolate d. So to do that, you have to move the pi. Pi is being multiplied by d, so to get rid of multiplication, you would divide. So when you solve it, you would say d equals circumference divided by pi, and that's your final answer. Let's apply the area of a triangle. If the area of this triangle is 12 inches squared, what is the triangle's height, which is right here? Well, this is where it's handy. Area is 1/2 base times height. They're telling me the area is 12. I'm going to replace the 1/2. The base here is 3. I don't know the height. Can I solve for it? Sure. 12 is equal to 1/2 times 3. 3 can be made a fraction by putting it over 1. You multiply fractions by going straight across. So 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. And then it's h. Now whenever you have to get the variable by itself, in this case h, and I need to get rid of something that's being multiplied that's a fraction. So we're multiplying by 3/2. The easiest way to get rid of multiplying by 3/2 is to multiply by its reciprocal of 2/3. If you do that on both sides, what happens is the 3's cancel and the 2's cancel. Over here I would do 12 divided by 1. So to multiply 2 fractions again, 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 1 is 3. Use your calculator if you're not sure. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So that's our height. It's also going to be good for us to review real quickly some volume formulas. The volume for a sphere, I will tell you, we're going to match them on here. This is a sphere. The one for a sphere is this. You may not memorize this. It's not the most common formula, but you just draw that on your notes and match it up. Now we have a pyramid and a cone. The cone, if you notice, has a circular base. The one formula up here that's left that looks like it's related to a circle would be this here. This is the formula for the volume of a cone. And last, this is called a pyramid or a rectangular pyramid. The formula for volume of that is this one. Now keep in mind what volume means. Volume, imagine it means that I'm going to pour a whole bunch of ice cubes or pour water inside of it, and I want to know how much it takes to fill it up. That's what volume is. So let's take a look at this formula. What is the pyramid's height? So we need to know the formula for a pyramid. And back on the other slide, volume was 1/3 the base squared times height. Okay, we know the volume's 28. I'm going to put 1/3 here. The base is 2, so I'm going to do 2 squared. The question is, what's the height? So 28, 2 squared is 4. 4 times 1/3 is 4/3 of height. To get rid of the fraction of 4/3, I'm going to multiply by its reciprocal of 3/4. Okay. So I'm going to do here, h equals 3 times 28 over 4, just to show you a little trick that I'm going to do. I don't want to multiply 3 times 28 yet. What I'm going to do, though, is simplify this right here, 28 over 4. 4 goes into 4 once. 4 goes into 28 7 times. So that's just a nice shortcut. So now I can do 3 times 7 is 21, and the answer would be feet. Now, if you didn't see to do that, what you could do in your calculator, you could take 3 times 28, take your answer and divide by 4, and you'll get 21 just as nicely.